Today we're going to continue from the last lesson where we talked about the basic slap technique. And the basic slap technique meaning striking with your thumb and getting the muted notes from your left hand. In this thing I just played here, I was playing some offbeats, some thumb style. But first, a lot of you have asked about how to strike with the thumb to get some sound out of it. And it's actually, you just have to sit and try and, like when you strike on a table, it's a bounce off the string. You can see here a lot of beginners, when I strike with the thumb, it's like you can see my arm. I'm not doing this, it's not my whole arm, it's actually kind of my wrist going in. I have anchored my my forearm on the base here, so I have some kind of support. And then it's just sitting until you hit that sweet spot. You can see if I do it wrong like this, it's my whole hand that comes against the strings. So it's just finding that. It's like you do it on tape. If you do that wrong like this, it won't work. Sit on a table and do this. Let's see if you get this sound. It's the same motion you have with the thumb. Okay. In the last lesson, I talked about playing quarter notes and root notes with your thumb, and when playing quarter notes, I often make them short, and I always like, even if it's a quarter note like this, I always play the 8 notes, but then I stop the other 8 note with my left hand. So for instance, if you remember that song Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax, Don't Do It, it's like this kind of bass line. And it sounds like dope, 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 dope. But in reality, I'm playing in my right hand. Then I'm doing this with my left hand. Every other note I'm slapping down here, slapping and muting the string. You can hear the difference if I was to play the same bass line, only playing not playing the 8 notes with my right hand, just doing this, where I'm playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it would sound like this. It is much harder to groove because they're so far apart, the beats, but when you actually play all the 8 notes in your right hand, it's a much more flowing line, a much more groovy line. So that you should practice a lot. Just practice, because this is really useful when playing these thumping songs. Of course, this technique with the left hand you can also use if you play it with your fingers. Here I'm also playing all the 8 notes with my fingers here. And I'm just slightly touching the string.